Yes! Oh, my fanfiction dreams are almost coming true. I just need Wario there instead of knockoff Wario, and my fanfiction is complete. Back in 1996, we got Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars on the Super Nintendo, and just like many of you, I grew up with this game too. Now, I told this story many times before, but Super Mario RPG was the first RPG I remember playing, as I do believe I played this before Pokemon, and like I said too many times, I didn't like it at first. It's funny to think that there was a point in my life that I just didn't enjoy many RPGs, right? But after I got hooked on the genre, I went back to play this game, and now it's one of my favorite games ever, and not just for the Super Nintendo. Now, in 2023, we got a remake of this classic, so does the remake capture the childhood nostalgia? Let's dive in to find out. So, the story of Super Mario RPG starts off simple enough of, Peach gets captured by Bowser, so Mario tries to, save the princess yet again. But after what looks like he's about to save kind of the princess from Bowser, all of a sudden, this giant sword comes down and kicks Mario out. Mario tries to come back and, finds out that the whole Mushroom Kingdom has been overrun by this Smithy gang and is led by a robotic blacksmith named Smithy. So, once Mario kind of meets up with Mallow and gets kind of the backstory of all this, Mario and Mallow kind of set out on their adventure to stop the Smithy gang and gain the Mushroom Kingdom back to where it was before. Now, first I have to talk about the updated music and visuals. It's clear that composer Yoko loves this game. She's a veteran for composing music in video games, with Kingdom Hearts probably being the most notable. The arrangements done for this remake are so good and fun to listen to. I always love when you can see, someone's passion in a project come to life like this. And the visuals are so bright and colorful to look at. The original game's graphics are very charming for sure, but the remake just brings everyone even more to life. Having big cutscenes for these characters and just so much life with the environments, it's very pleasing to look at. Now, Super Mario RPG keeps pretty much everything the same, just with some quality of life improvements and way more scenery added for backgrounds. I don't think there's been, new content added besides one kind of post-game challenge you can do, but you can correct me if there's new content, added to this remake that I just kind of missed or forgot about. But the biggest parts added kind of for those quality of life improvements are now autosaves, which I always appreciate anytime a game will, save more often, right? Along with 2 modes of normal and breezy mode. Now, I do appreciate RPGs that have extra difficulty options and easier modes for others. The only RPGs I wouldn't like seeing that, if they ever did this, would be the Soulsborne kind of games, because even if I can't beat most of them, they just feel right for what they are, right? I do wish though that Super Mario RPG did have harder modes for players. People may feel a bit disappointed about how easy the game is. The original was quite easy, but this one's even easier due to subtle changes to the action time system. So for Super Mario RPG, it's turn-based, but if you press kind of the A button at the right time before an attack, you'll do extra damage, and same for defense when you can block and minimize enemy damage. For the remake though, a perfect time press with, damaging, will damage every enemy on the screen now, and perfect blocks will negate all damage. You will also have a visual exclamation mark kind of above enemy's head or right before they're about to attack, so that you can press kind of the perfect time to either block or do extra damage, right? And then once you get the timing down, it'll go away until you start, missing those time presses again. Now, I don't mind having this in the game, and it helps those who just want to enjoy this story and maybe not spend too much time in the game itself. However, I do think for those who want a challenge, yeah, you might be let down, as it would have been nice to have maybe more difficulty options for people, like having a classic mode to kind of play like how the original was, along with a hard mode for those who want a bigger challenge. Still though, this is a small complaint, as it didn't take away from the enjoyment of this game for me. The combat is still a lot of fun with really great characters. Mallow and Gino are, so likable, and having these kind of special attacks for these characters were always fun to watch. You travel to various JRPG-like areas too, of, your forest area, your desert stuff, things like that, right? And you meet and fight some weird and wacky people throughout, which I always love seeing. It's always fun to see who would pop out and where and when, and their backstories and everything. As, while the game may have been very easy, the combat and the world you travel in is still outstanding. Now, I do wish this remake did update the puzzles. Puzzles in RPGs like this tend to not work very well, I find, and just, kind of become frustrating and tedious, and I felt the same way here. Nothing was hard or difficult, but more of just a nuisance. Also, I found that you should not ask for help on this game from people at all. There was a part I was stuck on because I forgot to talk to a toad, I believe, before I had to talk to another person to continue the story, so, I quickly looked up, and let me tell you, people are very toxic and apparently super triggered about this game if you ask for help, as, let me just pull something up that I found. Let's see. Reading the beeping sticky. Okay. If you had actually paid attention to what characters like Mallow said in the beginning of the game, you wouldn't have this problem. I swear people either rush through the game text or they have terrible memories. Well, thanks for that help. Okay, that one was just deleted. Read the sticky again. And this one says don't tell him, let him figure it out on his own. Yep, that's the internet for you. Anyways, back to the review. So, yeah, there are definitely worse puzzles I encountered in other games, but especially near the end of Super Mario RPG, they just became a bit of a pain, I would find. Overall though, this was still such a fun experience. Take me back down those wonderful memories, the soundtrack being as upbeat as ever, and the animations for these characters made me laugh so much. The combat too is really fun, and I love those triple attack animations. The game is full of charm, and while I would like to see a sequel to this game, along with bringing characters like Gino and Mallow into other Mario or just Nintendo games in general, I'm just so happy we got this. I'm glad, so many people will get to experience this game for the first time, along with people like me who get to revisit a childhood classic. But, that's just me. I love this. So, as always, let me know what you think about Super Mario RPG. Do you agree or disagree with what I said in my review? Did you love this game? Or perhaps it just wasn't for you? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you next time, everyone. Thanks, and have a great rest of your day. Bye! Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and comment, and subscribe if you want to see more, or if you just want to see any of my skits and then nothing else and leave the video, that's fine too. Thanks everyone, take care.